Hi, I'm Minka. Today is my 27th birthday, and normally I'd spend the day kind of as a celebration of my life, but this year I wanted to do something different and focus on the lives of others, particularly those of transgendered youth across the nation and across the world. I myself am trans female, and I've been living openly for 4.5 years. It's not always been easy, but it's definitely been worth it to be able to live as myself. I don't feel like I'm spending every day trapped in my own skin, squirming to try to get out. I can finally be myself, and that's extremely important to me and has helped me in so many ways. I know most people who aren't transgendered will have no way of knowing exactly what it's like. Everyone has struggles, but this is more about the unique struggles that come with being transgendered. Trans teens have been committing suicide at an alarming rate. In the first 5 months of this year, there's already been 11, at least documented, trans teen suicides. That equates to more than 2 a month. Trans individuals make up a very small portion of the population. So to lose that many people is actually a huge deal. It's heart-wrenching to me to think about how many people we're losing. And that's why I'm making this video today, is to hopefully help bring a stop to these deaths and suicides. And first, I'd like to start by talking mostly to the trans teens who are out there, but it can also apply to anyone who is struggling. I may not know you personally, but you can know that I care about you. I may be a nobody. You probably won't know who I am, but I love you. I treat the trans community like my family, and so every time I hear of someone else passing, it breaks my heart. It's like losing brothers and sisters. I can't sit by and not do anything about it. I have to try to help in some way. There are so many horrible things said every day on the internet and in public and on TV, in the news, everywhere, trying to tell us that we are less than human. But that simply isn't the truth. We are the same as everyone else. We deserve to be treated just as well as anyone else. I would tell you that you just have to, at times, try to block out the bullshit. But even as someone who tends to have a thick skin, I know that it can be extremely hard, and that there are certain things that will pierce all the way into your being at times, no matter how strong you are. We shouldn't have to be told to have a thick skin or to feel like we need to be stronger than everyone else. We should just have a world where we get to coexist with everyone. And I believe that if we keep going and creating change, that we can get that world and that we can head towards that world. I may not know your exact situation or exactly what you're dealing with and going through, but I'd like to think that I at least can relate a little bit, and I'd like to let you know that it does get better. I've had the dark times myself. I've been depressed. I've contemplated suicide myself. Luckily, I've never had to be at a point where I felt that was my only option. And I've had people around me who have helped to bring me out of that darkness. When you're that depressed, it's hard to see the love that anyone has for you. It feels like there's no one out there who cares about you. It sometimes feels like you won't be missed, but there will always be someone who will miss you and who loves you. Even if it's some stranger just talking to you behind a camera, there's someone out there who loves you. It seems that some of the teens who committed suicide did so to try to send out a message to the world, to let them know that things are not okay, that life is extremely hard for us. But I truly believe that the world knows that. And what we need now are people who are willing to help create the change that is needed. You may feel like you could send a message by letting go, but think of the message that you can give if you continue to fight. Think of what you can do after you've come through all the hard times and through the darkness, and you can stand there and say, I am still here and I continue to fight. And you can look at those who helped you make it through and you can tell them, because of you, I am still here. And you can then turn to those who are struggling and help them get through to that point as well. Imagine how beautiful the world would be if our community could all stand together and help each other get through these hard times and help each other fight and continue on and help educate and bring people into this new age where we are treated as humans, where we no longer have to fight, where we no longer have to hide ourselves, where we no longer have to hide in our own bodies and feel wrong every day. Imagine how amazing it will be when that day comes. All you have to do is to keep fighting, is to continue on, is to not give up, to not let go. By making a choice to save your own life, you can then turn around and save someone else's life. To me, that is just amazing and beautiful and is needed. We can't keep losing people. We are losing so much talent and so much personality and so much amazingness every time we lose someone. And it needs to stop. I know it's much easier to just say it than it is to do it. And I know that it's extremely hard sometimes. Please don't ever let anyone make you think you are less than human. You are unique and beautiful and one of a kind. And you are exactly what this world needs right now. You each have so much to give and contribute to this world. If you are struggling, there are resources where you can talk to professionals and get help immediately. If you are trans or gender non-conforming, you can call the Trans Lifeline at 1-877-565-8860. If you're an LGBT youth that's 24 or under, you can call the Trevor Project Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386. And any individuals can call 24 hours a day at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. If you are at a place now where you feel like you can't come back from, please call one of those numbers. Please get help. Don't make a choice that you can't go back on. Second, I want to address those who are trans allies. Thank you so much for being there for those in the community. It means the world to me and to the rest who have been helped by you. We need all the support we can get when we're dealing with all the harshness and rudeness that comes from society. And you are amazing for providing it for us. So again, thank you, and please don't ever stop. And to those who are parents of trans teens, who are loving and accepting, you are amazing. You are an inspiration. I hope that all parents can look at you and the love you have for your children, the limitless love that you have, knowing that no matter who they are your child and you support them. We need all of your help to continue to fight ignorance and bigotry. And we have to do it using information as our sword and love as our shield. We cannot fight anger with anger. I've tried in the past, and it doesn't work. It can be so hard sometimes to see the things said and to have things said to me and to try to not just react with extreme anger, but it doesn't solve anything. It just makes things worse, and nobody's going to change their mind. Nobody's going to listen when everything is done in anger. We have to try to change people's minds with love and understanding and information. I unfortunately can say that when I was growing up, I was one of the people who hated anyone who was LGBT. I didn't understand it, and I fought against it. It wasn't until years later that I realized that I am trans. I look back on those times now, and I wish I could go back and change it. But the truth is, I can't. But with that information, I can have hope that there are others out there who just need time to realize their mistakes and to open their eyes and to change their way of thinking, and then our enemies can become our allies. We have to try very hard not to cut anyone off by using anger. Thank you to all of our allies and all of the people who understand that we're just humans and we just want to be treated equally. You are amazing. We might not be here without you, and we certainly wouldn't be who we are without you. So please continue to stand by our side. Last, I would like to talk to those who don't understand us and who say horrible things to us. We are real people, and we have real feelings. It's so easy in this day and age to sit behind a computer screen and to feel invincible, to feel anonymous, and think that you can say anything to anyone and it doesn't really matter. But you have to understand that the things you are saying have real consequences. Real people are reading these things and are being affected by them. You don't want to be the person who sends a message that gets to someone when they're in their darkest hour that pushes them over the edge. You may think it's a joke, you may think it's funny, but it's not. Pushing someone to suicide, there's nothing good about that. We aren't out to change anyone else's lives. We just want to be able to live freely and happily, just like everyone else wants. So please stop fighting against us. We don't want to ruin your lives. We don't want to change your lives. We aren't out to destroy or alter your lives in any way. We just want to be treated as humans. For the parents who refuse to accept their children as who they are, you have to understand that you are an extremely important role in your kids' lives. What you have to say is going to affect them in a large way. If you are treating them like they're an abomination, like they're horrible, like they don't understand, it's going to mess with them. If you keep pushing your ideas on them, they're eventually going to start believing that they are nothing and that they're horrible. You are eventually going to push so hard that they will do something drastic. Honestly, what is worse? Having a kid that you feel isn't growing up the way you feel they should, or not having your kid anymore? I would hope that most of you would understand that loving your child and making sure, trying everything you can to make sure they are happy is the most important thing in your life. Isn't the loss of your child one of the worst things that can happen in your life? Why would you even risk it? Whether it's religion or personal reasons or whatever, you have to change the way you're thinking and you have to support your child. Don't make them conform to your ideas. Let them be true to themselves and learn and adapt and grow. I dare you to go out there and research and find out more information and try and get rid of some of your ignorance. Try opening your eyes to new ideas, and you might be surprised to see that you can change. Change yourself from a life taker to a life saver. Please. Merle Miller wrote, "I am sick and tired of reading and hearing such goddamn demeaning, degrading bullshit about me and my friends." And it's true. I'm to that same point. It tears me apart every day to see the things that the people in my community have to deal with. To the people in the entire LGBT community have to deal with. Unfortunately, it even sometimes comes from inside the LGBT community. The time for bigotry has passed. We now need to move on to a time of love and acceptance, and we have to make a change. We need to all work together and make the change that this world needs, and we need to do it now. There are so many forces out there trying to bring us down and trying to make us angry and make us hurt. But if we work together, we can make the world a better place. You're going to have to bear with me because there was a children's show I saw the other day that had a song in it that was really inspiring to me, and I wanted to read the lyrics here, so prepare for a little bit of cheesiness. Each one of us has something special that makes us different, that makes us rare. We have a light that shines within us that we were always meant to share. And when we come together, combine the light that shines within, there is nothing we can't do, there is no battle we can't win. When we come together, there will be a star to guide the way. It's inside us every day. See it now, see it now. Let the rainbow remind you that together we will always shine. Let the rainbow remind you that forever this will be our time. Kids shows have got their shit together more than society as a whole does. That kind of blows my mind because these are the things that we grew up learning from. So you would think that we would all be nicer to each other, working together and raising each other up instead of where we are now, where people attack each other left and right. Even if this video is hardly ever seen by anyone, I hope that it at least reaches one person who needs a message of hope. Please never forget that I love you, no matter who you are and what you're dealing with. I love you, and I want you to keep fighting for yourself, for those that care about you, and for the world. Once more, I'd like to state, if you're struggling, there are resources you can call. You can call the Trans Lifeline at 1-877-565-8860, the Trevor Project Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386, or the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. There are always people there who can help you, professionals who can help you. You don't need to go at it alone. So please, if you need help, call one of those hotlines and talk to someone. I know I said that I wanted today to be a celebration of other people's lives, but I would like to ask one thing for me, and that's, as a birthday present, please share this video. Please help this message get around. Please help me try to get this message out to someone who needs it. Thank you.